Moderator, good morning, gentlemen. My paper has been forwarded to the MDA prior to now with the topic Citizens' Rights, Justice, and Security in Partnership. It's a 21-page paper, so 7 minutes will not be enough. So I will summarize. I will go to the meat of the paper.
Adopt the paper like you do.
Okay, I adopt my paper. I define citizens' rights as the legal and moral entitlement that every individual enjoys under the law of a nation, such as the right to life, liberty, and freedom of expression. I also define security as measures taken to protect the peace, safety, stability of a country. These two concepts are closely linked, as the two previous speakers had identified. Without security, citizens cannot enjoy their rights. And without respect for rights, security measures become oppressive. In Nigeria and other parts of the world, rising insecurity from terrorism, banditry, kidnapping, and other violent crime has put one of the rights we cherish, the right to life, under serious threat. At the same time, government sometimes limits certain rights in the name of national security, as illustrated in the case of Asari Dokubo and the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This creates delicate balance between protecting the state and preserving the freedoms of individuals. I went on to do an overview of the citizens' rights with reference to Chapter 4 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as well as on African Charter on Human and People's Rights and other conventions that Nigeria is a signatory to. And those rights include the right to life, personal liberty, dignity of human person, freedom of expression, right to fair hearing, right of freedom of movement. On the right of human dignity, I use as an illustration where that right was violated in the Ibom Air and Emansin case. I condemned what the lady went through, where she was almost put to full nudity. And then I commended the withdrawal or the hastily fired charges by the, is it the police? Where is it? Is it police that fired the charges? I said that the charges, before you fire, there should be thorough investigation. If at the end, if Ibom Air is equally culpable, both Ibom Air and the Emansin should be charged to court. On the right of freedom of movement, I highlighted the violation of that right, particularly in the southeast of Nigeria. And the area of concern is sit at home on Mondays. I stated that this violation is not by government this time, but by non-state actors. And they claim to be acting on behalf of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The state government have fought, the various state governments in the southeast, they have fought to kill that sit at home on Mondays. I commend the Enugu state government that in Enugu state virtually there is no sit at home on Monday. However, your case will not come up on Monday at Federal High Court, National Industrial Court, and the Court of Appeal in Enugu. So there is still more to be done. The state government must assure the heads of those courts that sitting on Mondays in Enugu, that there will be no cost per alarm. Anambra, the state capital, they don't observe sit at home, but if you go to the rural areas, they observe it almost 90%. Ditto for Imo State, ditto for Ebonyi State. So I now said, what is the cause of the sit at home? If you go back, the root cause is the detention, the arrest, detention, and trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I said, since he has been under detention since October 14, 2015, is it not time the government solve this matter politically? So I recommended to the government that in Ireland, it has been done with those terrorist groups who were bombing North Ireland and the rest of UK. In the end, they had political solution, and that was the end, Sinn Féin. So I'm calling on the federal government to resolve the issue politically and release Nnamdi Kanu from detention and trial. Another area I spoke in my paper is Article 13.1 of the African Charter on People and Human Rights. That charter provides that every citizen is entitled to a government through his representatives, directly or indirectly. And in that respect, I ventured into the Rivers state of emergency. And I said, the matter is in court, the sub judice. The governor in suspension has challenged it. 11 state governments have challenged it. The federal government has filed their defense, Oboni Koko is here, with preliminary objection and counter affidavit. So what is stopping the hearing of this case? So my recommendation is that the Supreme Court should, as a matter of urgency, whether they are on vacation or not, hear that matter immediately. The state of emergency will expire on the 18th of September. So I said that we are not prejudging the outcome. The plaintiffs may lose or they may win. I'm not interested. But I don't want a situation of what happened in Plateau to recall. In Plateau, by the time the matter was listed under Obasanjo, the plaintiffs were met with preliminary objection that the matter has become academic. And then even though Supreme Court overruled that objection, but on other grounds that they didn't sue the Attorney General of the Federation, the suit was struck out. So let the parties know their fate within the time of the state of emergency. Thank you. So well, if my time is gone, please, I refer you to my paper. It should be shared. I thank you very much for the audience.